Yo, Sarah,
Yo.
are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God, I forgot to tell you.
What happened?
No, I don't even want to tell you.
Just tell me.
Okay, well, you're probably not even gonna get it because you're gonna be like, you buy stamps?
What do you buy stamps for?
So I could just have them in the house in case I want to
Yeah,
send
but
a
like,
letter.
you're obviously using them up if you have to buy them.
Yeah, what do
I
you
only
mean?
bought stamps once in my life, and I used like one of them.
Where did you bought them at Walmart too? Probably, right?
The post office, you jackass.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, because if you buy them at Walmart, you can only get like the American flag ones. So today I went to the post office because I wanted like, you know, cute ones.
Yeah.
And I just don't know why everybody gives me such an attitude.
Tell me.
Okay, so I walk up to the thing. Nobody, mind you, nobody's in there. It's not like, because I can understand there's a line out the door. You don't, like, somebody buying stamps isn't your top priority if you're working at the post office. I'm like, hi. You know my voice.
Yeah.
I'd like to buy some stamps. She goes, okay. And just, like, starts pulling some out. Like, literally the American flag ones. And I was like, oh, like, actually, do you have any, like, I'm trying to be funny. So I'm like, do you have any, like, cute ones? She's like, we have any of the ones on the wall. I was like, oh, okay. How about blah, blah, blah. And she's like, actually, we don't have those. I'm like, okay. Um, oh, what about the tiger ones? And she's like, okay, those are going to be $15.92 because there's an extra charge because it supports the Endangered Species Fund. And I'm like, oh, all right. Ooh. Like, I'm trying to be funny, because it's like,
Yeah. Because you're funny.
yeah, and, like, it's just, like, awkward, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, which ones are the normal ones? Because I didn't wanna spend, like, extra money, whatever. She's like, any ones but those are the normal price. And I'm like, okay, clearly, like, not, because the first one I asked you didn't have, the second one was, like, $1,000,000, so, like, maybe you could just be a little bit more helpful? I don't know. So then um I'm like, "Oh, the T-Rex are cute." She's like, "Okay, you want that?" And then she starts, like, ringing, like, she was clearly, like, just wanted me out, like, she just did not. I also wanted, like, another one because I, use a lot of stamps. I'm like, "And these are cute." She's like, "Okay, you want a whole one of those?" Like, she's acting like, I don't know, like I couldn't afford stamps or something, like, is my money not as good as everybody else's money? And I just thought that was really rude. Has that ever happened to you?
Just like feeling dismissed
Yeah,
and like
definitely was dismissing
treated.
my ass.
I like to figure, like, would they treat a man that way?
Oh my no. Imagine a man walk oh my yeah. No. Hey guys, welcome to the Big 10. This is our last episode of season 1. We have some big things coming for you in season 2. Hope you're ready for it. Is there something funny, Sarah?
You just crack me up, Ed.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for episode 10.
Dismissed.
Disrespected.
Discouraged. If a man was like, I want stamps, she definitely would have been like, which stamps do you want? Here are our
Yeah.
options. Take a look at the wall.
Oh my or at the very least, like, let's say she assumed, like, because whatever, she just grabbed the American flag ones because that's just, like, the default. If he
Yeah.
would have been like, "Oh, which other ones do you have?" She would have been helpful and been like, "Here are all the options."
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, I like, you know, think about that a lot.
I feel like even if it was not a whole man, but, like, a young a young adult man,
Yeah.
like,
No,
even my
yeah.
age, but a male.
Yes. Yes. And I think, I run into that a lot also.
It's really, like it's odd, and this was a woman too.
Yeah, like, see, I've run into it, I feel like, now I guess equal with men and women, but like, it amazes me when, I'm in these situations, when I make it abundantly clear what I do, and then the people continue to, at first, it's like poke fun at it, but then it's like actually argue with me and try to prove me wrong when I'm working to help you. When I made it abundantly clear numerous times how I work. And it's like if I was a man, would I be spoken to like that?
Like, questioned almost.
Literally questioned. And like I even, brought up to Abby, brought up to you. Is it because of like my demeanor? Because I feel like this happens to me a lot where people just like literally don't take me seriously
Mhm.
and just dismiss me constantly. And like I wondered if it's because of the way like I carry myself because like I'm sorry, it's just not my personality to be like serious all the time. And like I don't know, like the way I am is just the way I am and that's how I want to like be to like the people I work with. And I don't think that's such a crime. But whatever. Abby brought up a good point that like she's not Abby is very confident and she still gets treated this way.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
basically like it's not a confidence issue. It's a toxic masculinity issue.
Well, but it's the women too. It's so odd.
It's the all right, but I feel like okay. Let's talk about both. Let's talk about both.
Mhm.
Okay, because yeah, actually, now that you mention it, yeah, women definitely dismiss me also.
Yeah.
Okay, like what about that one time? Okay, okay. One time I was out with okay, and I drove 3.5 hours away. I picked them up at their houses, out of my way. Picked them up. We drove 3.5 hours. Okay.
Oh my mhm.
Okay.
I remember
So
this.
so it was time to. It was the morning we were leaving, and I was the one driving. So I said to everybody, we were all awake. Hey, can we make sure that we leave by what 1 o'clock? Nothing crazy. Did I say, can
Mhm.
we wake up at the crack of dawn at 5 a.m. and leave before the chicken crows?
Before the what?
Before the chicken crows. It's a
Okay.
rooster though.
Sorry. I didn't quite get that.
Thanks. No, I was like, can we leave by like 1 o'clock? And they literally flipped out. From the get go, they were like, you're being ridiculous. You're sitting there with a puss on your face. Blah, blah. Like, literally, I'm the one who drove. I'm asking you to leave. In a normal, if this was any one of my other who had driven, everybody else would have been like, oh, yeah, sure. That sucks. We got to leave that early. But like, she's the driver,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I remember this.
And I thought that that was like wild too. So a whole other time with the same group of people, we were on vacation and my phone broke and I had driven up with them. I didn't have my car. So my phone broke. It was a Saturday. We were like 5 hours away from home. My entire job involves me using my phone. I have to use it as a GPS. I have to answer people. I literally need my phone to work. So anyway, Saturday rolls around, my fucking phone breaks. I'm like, all right, like I gotta fix my phone at some point this weekend. Can we like either like go somewhere where I can fix it like today, or can we leave a little early on Sunday so I can make it to the phone store at home? Because I need my phone for work on Monday.
Yeah.
Everyone was flipping out. Oh my god, no. No. Oh my god, you're being ridiculous. Oh my
You're
god. And
obsessed
finally,
with your phone.
you're upset. Yeah, making it into a you're a girl, you're obsessed with your phone, you can't live without your phone.
And
No, I'm
meanwhile, they
literally
were all on their phones.
yes. And meanwhile, I was not saying I need to go to the store right now and fix my phone. I was saying we can fix it whenever, like Sunday. I just like need a way to get it fixed by Monday. But because it was me, and because what my job isn't as important as their job, it didn't matter, and I was being ridiculous, and I was just being a girl who needs their phone. But if it
And
was any of them and their phone was broken and they said they need it for work, it would have been like, oh my god, of course we have to go fix their phone. Like they need it for work.
and
Hmm.
isn't that when you had to drive them like all around the state to drop
No,
everybody off?
that was the other example.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of examples here so far.
I know.
Yeah, it's just like the way people like it's odd.
It really is.
And it's like one of those things that it's like hard to describe. And like I feel like if you were to point it out, they'd be like, you're being dramatic.
Yeah.
But again, all of your are female, at least in that example.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's not a male thing.
It's like a power thing. Is it like age maybe? Like I was the youngest one out of them. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm trying to think of like a situation where it's been I guess age maybe. But again, if you were a male, would they have talked to him like that?
No. It was literally because it's me. Yeah.
1 year ago, I got Momo and I was trying to find homes for her kittens, whatever. And oh, like, they're really excited to get the kittens. Like, can they get them this weekend? Like you said this weekend. Like, I think that like you have to give them this weekend. Like that's what you said. I'm like, that's what I thought, but now I'm like seeing their development and their growth, and I'm not sure they'll be able to go this weekend. Like I'm hoping they'll be able to go this weekend because I don't like dealing with them. Like it's annoying to have to deal with them. But if they're not ready to go, then they're not ready to go. And just like sending me all these like screenshots of um oh, kittens are ready at blah blah blah. And it's like, do you think that I'm not doing an exponential amount of research to figure out what's best for them? And do you think I'm not going to do what's best for them? Like if I was a rescue group, for example, and obviously that's a little bit different, but like you would never speak to a rescue group like anyone besides me. Even if it was like a person fostering cats on their own, that wasn't me. Would never like question their judgment. So I was just kind of like, finally I said that, like kind of like flipped out. I was like, it's really frustrating when I'm telling you something and you're like literally just thinking that I'm making shit up. And they were like, well, why didn't you just say that? Like, why didn't you just give us all these reasons in the first place? I'm like, I shouldn't have to. Like, you should just listen to what I say the first time. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to explain myself.
Why yes. Why can't you respect me as just like any type of not even like I don't even want to say like respect me like I don't want to use the word authority. But like literally the way you would treat anybody else in the position that I am in.
Yeah.
Like
Why do I have to explain what I'm saying? Why can't you just
yes.
be like, okay, that, like,
Yes. Okay, I got one.
okay.
Okay, so like for example, whenever anything is wrong, okay, so I would let okay, oh my god. Oh my god. I just thought of so many examples. Okay.
Say them.
So, okay. I would say anything like throughout my like, life about how he needs more exercise, he needs to do this,
Exercise.
exercise. Um they they would just be like act like I'm being annoying by saying that. And I would be like, no, seriously. And like, even though I was little, like it was still fucking annoying because no, I wasn't saying that. I wasn't asking you to drive me to the park because I wanted to go to the fucking park. It's because I knew that my dog needed exercise that he wasn't getting, and you were just dismissing me. And then as I got older, it still remained the same. Even as I, learn more about dogs and teach other people's dog stuff, still to this day, like I'll say something about Diesel, like, oh, but no, like no, okay, and then like same shit with like I'll say something and it's like just like dismiss.
Like, do you think I'm making this up for my
Do
health?
you? Yes. And this is what like okay. When I didn't want to leave Russell because of like to go on vacation because I didn't want to leave Russell, right? Do you think that I don't okay. Do you think that I don't want to go on vacation?
Mhm.
Really? Do you think that I enjoy the fact that
Yes.
I can't trust anybody with my dog? Is that fun for me? Do I like
Yes.
that? I'm doing that on purpose.
Viewers,
So
let the record reflect that Abby did, in fact, offer to babysit Russell.
she did. She did. But it's like people act, and I'm sure you've experienced this too when it comes to like how you are with like animals or just like things in general. Do you do you think I'm doing it for fun? Am I telling you that he needs more than a walk around back every day of his life because I want to make your lives more difficult? Am I sitting down with a journal every day saying, how can I make my life and his life more difficult today? Let me hit him with this today.
I think that's what they think we do.
I do too. It's like you really think that I'm just making this up to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like if someone said something to me, okay, so like Russell wears an easy walk harness, right? And it's rubbing on his shoulder fur and it's giving him irritation, right? If someone said to me, saw him wearing an easy walk harness and said to me, hey, did you know easy walk harnesses aren't good for like dogs' shoulders and it could put pressure on their joints? I would be like, wow, thank you for the information.
You'd be like,
I
actually,
will
we
look
read
into that.
a peer reviewed article that found no difference between front strapping harnesses and rear strapping harnesses in terms of shoulder pressure. But thank you
And
so much for providing
but
your opinion.
well, but I wouldn't be like, well, I, oh my god.
Okay, when told me I needed to submissive role Daisy, I wasn't like, well, you realize that will just make her bite me in the face, right? I was like, oh, actually, like we're already working with a trainer and like, we're doing positive reinforcement. And he was like, well, if you give her your treats, then you're just gonna like, that's just like rewarding her for barking at the other dog. And I was like, okay, like we're just trying to create a positive association. Like I was literally just like, okay, thanks for your input. This is what I'm gonna do.
But like moral of the story is like how come we are never taken seriously? Whether
Hmm.
it be like because, you know, I'm giving you new information and you disagree with it, or because like I'm mentioning that this is how you fucking care for an animal and you think I'm just doing it for like I'm just telling you that for fun. Like,
Yeah, if I had been a teenage boy walking Daisy, or even if I had been my mom walking Daisy, because my mom was walking with us. The man said nothing. My mom walked home because
mm,
I was alone. He comes up to me to tell me I have to uh, dominate my dog.
mhm.
If it was just my mom, would he have commented about her dog's behavior to her?
Nah, boo.
Or like, where it happens a lot? The doctor and the vet.
Mm. Oh my oh my god. Yes.
I actually had a male doctor once. So rude, so dismissive. I like
Tell me.
stormed out of his office. He was basically like, I don't know how else to help you. I think we're done here. Like, I was literally just like, "What are we looking for? If we find that, what are we gonna do? Why is it even worthwhile to do this test?"
Yeah.
He did not like that.
Yep.
So he was like, "I think we're done here." Like, he clearly just wanted to order the test to get me out of his office, and then,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, I want to know why I'm gonna be doing this 3-day test," you know?
Yeah. So I think like what we're trying to say here is just like there's something going on with how like people literally fuck with other people.
No, but not even okay, there's 2 things, though. Some people fuck with them, like how you were saying, and then how, like, the rebuttals, and then some people just totally dismiss them altogether because they can't handle being challenged, or, like, they can't handle anyone being, like,
Not even that they can't handle it. It's just like they think totally
who the
that they
hell
are
they
so
are.
right. They're just right. So anything that I'm saying is just wrong. So they're not even going to hear it.
But why wouldn't you then explain it to me? I guess they're so insulted by you even, like, asking them that they I don't know. But I don't think our parents are insulted. I think they think that we're just making shit up.
Yes, which I really I don't understand, and that's like with the fucking guinea pig
Oh
cage.
my
Like,
god.
do you think like
Do you think I wanna
seriously?
be arguing with you?
Yeah, and are you just talking like about guinea like that? I really just don't get that. Like,
Like, this
you,
is fact.
yeah,
This was happening the other day with my literally talking about, like, catching a groundhog, and I was like, "Yeah, I told him not to do that because it's really dangerous for the groundhog because if they don't find a burrow in time for mating season and or hibernation season, then they get locked out, and then they don't hibernate in time. They don't have enough, like, food for the winter, blah, 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 blah. It disrupts their whole whatever, and then they die." And they were like, "They'll find a new burrow, you just dig a hole." I'm like, "No, like, you
like I'm literally telling you that that's not how it works.
yeah," I'm like, "No," like, because they don't just dig a hole, like, they have to there's territories, you can't just encroach on another, groundhog's territory. They have to find if they have a litter already, they're not gonna leave the litter, or if they do, the litter will die. They have to start collecting food stores, so if they don't have enough food, then they're gonna be fucked for the winter. And then whatever. I'm like, or they'll be confused and they're just like, "Oh, well, we did it once, brought it there, and it was fine." I'm like, "No, like, why do you?" I'm like, and I even said, I go, "Please don't try to tell me anything about animals because I know more than both of you about this."
Yeah.
And then that's what makes us, I feel like, annoying because then we feel like we have to prove ourselves.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, well now I'm gonna find you a fucking article. I'm gonna put it in your face, and then you're gonna be
Yep.
pissed off.
And then they think that we're just trying to prove them wrong, like
Yes.
when really like you made me if you just
Yeah.
said, "Oh, yeah, they have
Oh
fleas."
my god. Thank
Like
you. Thank you.
you're making me this way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Um
The other day, I was arguing with somebody else about Spanish. And this I used to argue with a lot of people in undergrad
and oh my you shut the fuck up, you.
about Spanish. And people would be like, "How are you gonna tell me? Like and Spanish is my first language." And I'm like, "I'm gonna tell you because I just learned about it 10 minutes ago in my Spanish class." And they're
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
"Spanish class isn't real." And I'm like, "Okay, why don't you go tell that to my Uruguayan Spanish professor who
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
an academic and has written like 10 books in
Oh, he's an
Spanish."
Abby be talking like she conceited sometimes though. He's an academic.
Okay, my point is he's like, "Okay, you know what? He knows what he's talking about. I'm sorry that you don't know everything about Spanish." And then I get pissed off and just like, "No." Like, oh, for example, in Spain, I'm watching Money Heist, very good, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. They say, joder for like fuck. In Latin American countries, you wouldn't say just joder, you would say like me jodas or like whatever. You would say like jodiéndome, whatever. You would conjugate it. Like fucking basically or like don't fuck with me. You wouldn't just say fuck basically. In Spain, they do. They say joder. How do I know this? Because this is the second show produced in Spain and they have the subtitles right on the bottom. You can also like I can also understand when they say it. They clearly obviously say whatever. So I said it the other day and somebody's like, "Oh, like that's wrong." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I fucking spend like 45 minutes finding like multiple different clips of, characters saying the whole thing because I feel like now I have to like prove you wrong because you just made it seem like I'm like the stupidest person in the world. And I know that I'm right. And so like I feel like I have to like prove myself. Sarah muted herself, so I'm assuming she's peeing. She's probably brushing her teeth because she likes doing that without me. Or I'm trying to think of another thing she would be doing. She wouldn't have taken Russell out because she would have been like, okay, I gotta take Russell out, like as if she would have told me 10 times, like getting frustrated.
You was wrong on all of those.
Okay, what?
Russell's like fucking knocking shit everywhere, so I was filling up his cons.
Oh, so you're giving him an alternate activity. All right, you need to tell another one because I've just been rambling.
Well, like as it pertains to like me saying something about someone's dog, and then them thinking that I'm like being outlandish.
Okay, go.
No, just like literally every time I say anything about anything ever.
Well, okay, I have one about Sarah.
Okay.
Today, she shows up to an appointment at 2:00.
Oh my. Oh my god.
I don't know about you guys, but if I have an appointment at 2:00, I'm gonna be at 2:00. First of all,
The fact of the matter is, like, yes, if I literally was a man, that would not have happened. It wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened. She would she would have moved the appointment. She would have originally said she's not free.
Yep.
Like, that just would not have happened. Or at the very least, she would have been super apologetic
Yeah.
and been like, "Oh my god, like I'm gonna pay you obviously for your for this right now, but like."
Oh my god, I brought Callie to the emergency vet. Whatever, did the appointment, came to the checkout, and I'm reviewing the bill because you know how they try to play you at the emergency vet. I see a $8 charge for, an e-collar, like the cone. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Victorian collar.
Elizabethan.
Oh. Ah, that's funny. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't need a collar. I don't need a cone, like, I have 3 at my house." She's like, "Oh, uh, okay. I think they already put it on her." And I was like, "Okay, I don't need it." Like, not for nothing. First of all, $8 is a lot for a cheap plastic cone that I don't need. Second of all, I don't care if it was $1. I don't need it. And you didn't ask me before you put that on my bill.
Mhm.
So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I don't need one. And then she's like, oh, uh, so you want me to like make them like take it off of her?
Yeah, I do.
And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, it's only $8. And I was like, I
Okay.
know. If imagine I was like, picture like a grown man with a beard being like, I have a collar at my house. They would have taken the $8
I'd
off
be like,
and
"Oh my god."
they would have taken the $8 off and left the cone on them.
Yep. "Oh, sir, I'm so sorry. Here, take it anyway because it's just easier." But
Right? Ridiculous.
it's ridiculous.
And not to like sound like I can't say,
You can.
but like, not that we're like the smartest people on earth, but it's like it's not hard to Google. And obviously we're very passionate. So when we're passionate about something, we do research on it. So it's like if my cat has, for example, a little bald spot on the tip of her ear, I'm gonna Google bald spot on the tip of her ear, on tip of cat's ear for 2 hours. I am. So when I call the vet, I know a lot about problems on the tips of ears. So it's like,
He knows about problems on the tips of ears, folks. You got a tip of your ear problem? Go to Abby.
fuck off. No, but like, and if Sarah's gonna call her vet about her rat's respiratory infections, this bitch has researched this for 3 weeks, has rat medication for like 10 different rat diseases in her medicine cabinet with the open syringe. Like, and not to say that we're vets and not to say that we're smarter than them, but like, obviously, being a vet is really hard. And obviously, you have to have a lot of knowledge. Like, you have to know about every single animal. So maybe you don't know every single thing about rat respiratory infections.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you talking to me like I'm stupid?
Like, not even like I'm stupid. Like, I'm the scum of the earth.
Oh my, yes.
I thought of another thing.
Okay, go.
Okay, so like, I was like pegging some of this to like me not being confident, right? So
Hmm.
that's why people like don't listen to me and like whatever. Okay, nah, because listen, I was with the other day and they had right, and the
Hmm.
was like super into training the dog and was like kept talking to me and was like very outgoing. She was cute, right?
Hmm.
Okay, kept like engaging with me, but the other girl was like really quiet and like shy. And guess what?
Hmm.
Every time she did talk, I engaged with her and I listened to what she had to say, even though she was quiet and shy.
Yes.
Because, like, why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Absolutely.
it's just like people are just like pieces of shit and see that quality in people. And instead of like me, maybe because I'm like that, so I recognized it. So I was like, engaged, like, like trying to talk to her and really like gave her like positive reinforcement. No, but like seriously, every time she said something, I like really engaged with her and told her that like yeah, she was right and that she was doing a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like we said, I'm freaking so loud and
Yeah.
annoying,
So it
and
just has to
people.
do with people being assholes.
Yeah, and oh my god, another thing? Because I was gonna say, oh, I like had a really positive experience with my most recent vet I went to. Because I had to switch 8 million times because everybody's freaking rude. um, you know what the difference was? I'm gonna pretend you said what because I know you muted. The difference, it was recent, so it was during COVID, so it was remote. I stayed in the car. The vet tech came out, got her, and the whole thing was over the phone. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that was the first time I felt like, the person on the other end or whatever was actually like listening to me and like taking what I had to say into consideration. And like actually she was like, "Oh no, you're right. Actually, I was wrong." I'm sure it was, combination of both things. But I thought that was super interesting when I thought about it like when I got home.
And how did you feel?
I felt like I felt like respected. Like I felt like
Okay.
this is what it must feel like to be
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay,
a
thank
real
you.
person.
Oh my. Okay, so listen, listen. Like when someone is actually listening to what I have to say. Okay, the cute little the dog that was like aggressive. When we're like, oh my god, like this is amazing, like whatever. And I don't know. I was like, wow, like this is what it's like to have people actually listening to you and like actually like absorb what you're saying and like treat you literally like like a human.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I
know
mean?
who else I felt was listening?
Who?
His parents.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're older.
Yes.
Like, she asked a question, like, about the slow feeder bowls. Like, instead of just being like, "Why is this, like, this way?" or whatever, she said, and I thought this was, like, different. She's like, "I don't know what the purpose of this is. Do you?" To her husband, like, about the slow feeder bowl. And both me and Sarah, like, didn't say anything because we're giving them an opportunity to just, like, I don't know, talk. We're not just gonna interrupt them. And he was like, "No, I don't." And then we said, "Oh, it's like an enrichment just to kind of slow them down." But it wasn't like a, "Why is this have a hole in it?" You know? I don't know if you noticed that. I thought that was, like, interesting. Maybe we read too much into things now. And you could tell that some of the things that we were telling them, like, they already knew because, like, they've had a lot of dogs. But they were still, like, listening, and they weren't like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, we know, we know." Like, they were, like, taking it all in, and I feel like it's important to be, cognizant of that too, 'cause, like, people are always gonna be you're always gonna, like, be in conversations where people are gonna be telling you shit that you already know, but you still have to, like, I don't know, you can't, like, make them feel, like, dismissed because sometimes even if you'd say you already know it, they still have to say it even like for their own peace of mind. So,
Yeah. Mhm.
like let's say Sarah ever lets me babysit my nephew, I'm gonna know all of the things she's gonna tell me because like we're on the phone all day, every day. So like I know
Mhm.
his routine anyway. But I know she has to tell me it because that's what she needs to do to make herself comfortable leaving him.
Mhm.
My cat sitters, they've watched the cats like so many times, but I'm still gonna repeat myself every single time they come over.
Do you hear that?
What is that? And I don't want them giving me an attitude. You know, like I'm not trying to treat them like they're stupid. Like I'm saying it for myself. So it's like, you just treat them with respect. I don't know.
Yes, and even if they're saying something that you disagree with, you don't like it's like why do people come at the positive reinforcement so hard, yo? It's like
They're
to people.
defensive.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, I sit there and listen to people talk about Caesar Milan and I still find a way to compliment him because they obviously like the dude.
Compliment.
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 Compliment. No, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I do actually.
I
I
don't
know
say,
what
"Oh
you
my god,
mean.
no." Like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, like yesterday, I was like, literally just provided an article about minimum requirements for cages. And all of a sudden, I'm insulting the person, and how dare I criticize their cage, blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, you clearly think something's wrong with your cage if that's how you feel. Like, that anger doesn't just come from somebody sharing an article. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like
But you know what people are gonna say?
what?
And by people, I mean our parents. I'm just kidding. Love you
No, no.
guys. Shout out. People are gonna say that we don't listen to other people's opinions.
Okay. Okay. Because
Mhm.
let me tell you why. Because there's a difference. And this is what bitches don't understand about us, yo.
Mhm.
There's a difference between this gets me heated. Okay, so an opinion by definition. Let me look up the definition of an opinion.
That's a good idea. An opinion is rotini noodles are better than ZT noodles.
Yes. Okay. A view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based on fact or knowledge. I'm just gonna emphasize
Or
the
knowledge,
second
it
part
says
of
that?
it. Yep.
Okay.
Let me repeat that
Okay.
second part. Not
Repeat it.
necessarily based on fact or knowledge.
Mhm.
Okay, so, folks, when someone is saying that people have different opinions on how to train a dog, it is my opinion that you can use punishment as a viable training option. No, your opinion is wrong. That is not an opinion. Positive,
Yes.
the way that I train dogs, the way that I choose to train dogs is not based on an opinion.
Yes.
It is based on a fact. So if you're telling me that I have to respect your opinion, that doesn't make sense. Because we're not talking about opinions here, we're talking about facts, and facts are either right or wrong. And you're wrong. Like, I'm sorry, you're wrong. So,
and I think this ties back into our episode title. People don't like to be questioned. And so they're telling you, whomever, the vet, the doctor, is telling you something, and you have a question about their, professional opinion or their fact-based, whatever advice, because maybe you read something different, and people feel extremely disrespected by that and like personally attacked.
yeah.
Right? I mean, is that it?
It's like,
I'm trying to think if I do that. Like, who do I do that to? Oh, you know what? Here's an example. The little kid I used to babysit, I had Daisy, and like I had the clicker. He was like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a clicker. It's a marker that lets the dog know what they did correctly, so that if I take the treat out, not right away, then they know what behavior they did that was correct." I mean, I'm just gonna explain it to him like I would explain anything. He's like 5. And if he doesn't understand, then he can ask another question. But I'm not going to like dumb it. I don't know. Like, I felt like I'm not going to talk to him like he's stupid, And like, yeah, he might not understand, but at least he'll know he's being treated with respect. And maybe he will understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's an example where I feel like I could have very easily dismissed him and been like, "Oh, it's just her clicker." Or like, "Oh, it's just her training thing." Or like, "Oh, it's just a toy." And you could see his little brain was like processing it. Like, "Oh, a cookie dough was left out all day. Can I eat it, you think?" I'm gonna do it.
yeah.
Do it.
Wait, folks, I have to tell you what my dog is doing. He's literally has the zoomies like I've never seen before. Does he have to, now he's twirling like he's gonna shit. He's about to poop. Oh, he just did a massive twirl to just like lay down.
I thought you were gonna say you just did a massive shit.
Oh my god.
But yeah, people are gonna say, "Well, you don't listen to other people," and it's like,
because majority of the time you're not presenting me with an opinion.
Or you're not even like trying to have a conversation with me. You're just like trying to shit on me, and at that point I'm just gonna say, "Okay, I'm gonna leave this conversation."
Yes.
We've said this before. We used to be able to talk to people about veganism and stuff.
Yeah.
We just can't anymore because people just literally, only bring it up just to fuck with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, "Oh, lions eat me." Like, okay, I'm just gonna like leave the conversation now. And if somebody approaches with something like, "Hey, I'm like curious about how to be vegan," that's a different story, but I think it would be super interesting to like become a man for a day and see like, and just go to the doctor and just like see what the experience is.
Yeah, or just like do anything.
Oh my god, have you ever been mansplained? I know that sounds like cliche, but like if you start paying attention to like men and how they explain things to you, because they fucking mansplain a lot of things. Oh my god, remember the freaking mailbox thing?
What?
That pissed me the fuck off. I was like, "Oh yeah, I put it in blah 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 mailbox." And the guy was like,
"Was it a blue one?"
And I'm like, "Yeah, it was a blue mailbox." And he was like, "Are you sure it was the USPS box and not like a FedEx box or like a UPS box?" I'm like, yes, I know what a postal box looks like. And he was like, yeah, but there's not one over there. I'm like, yeah, yes, there is. Yes, there is. He's like, a blue one? And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, you can go and drive over there yourself and fucking check if you fucking care that much. And then he had me like doubting myself, like, oh my God, was it? You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, and this isn't like a feminist rant or anything, because we're not like that. Men do have sticks up their asses.
Nah, they do.
Do you have any more to say on the topic?
I guess just like I don't understand, and I don't know if there's a way that I could like fix it. But like for the men at home, I want y'all to picture what it's like to literally never be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you know what else is one of them?
What?
And like, don't fucking do this. If you do it, stop. Calling women, or if you're a woman or if you're a man, calling women honey, sweetie,
Oh my God.
or kid.
Ooh.
The woman who waxed my
Ew.
would call me kid. I was like, this is so fucking weird. No? Like,
I get the sweetie a lot.
I get
the
sweetie.
hun.
Hun. Yep. Honey. Yeah. Don't fucking do that. Oh my God. Especially like, oh, I remember this one got me. I was at an interview and the called me kid. I was like, no, that is so unprofessional and inappropriate. Like that, like you literally don't respect me if you're talking to me like that.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. And it's like, well, like I could see parents, like if the dad said like hun, I think that's different because like an older man to like someone our age, not in a professional setting though.
Right.
Just like maybe at the supermarket, like, oh, go ahead of me, hun. Okay, I'll let it slide.
Yeah, exactly. Non-professional setting. You're like a sweet old man.
Yeah, you're like a lot older than me though.
You're my great grandpa.
You definitely have to be older than my
Oh.
dad. Abby wouldn't know.
And outro. We have some big things coming for you in season 2. We have some guests. We have some features. We have some new content, obviously. We have
folks.
some surprises. We have interviews. We have behind the scenes. We have backstage passes. We have
contests.
We should interview our parents.
Ooh.
That would be really good content. We're interviewing our ex-boyfriends. We're interviewing our future boyfriends. Just wait. All of this to come on season 2. Please put your hands together for episode 10. Dismissed.
Made.
No, disrespected.
Okay, and then what's the third one?
Discouraged.
All right, let's alternate. Dismissed.
Disrespected.
Disregarded.
No. You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't.
Episode 10. Dismissed.
Discouraged.
No, it's disrespected second.
Okay.
Together for episode 10.
Dismissed.
I
gotta write it down.
Disrespected.
Fuck, what's the last one?
Discouraged.
I'm saying dismissed. I'm writing it down.
Say dismiss and then put pause. I'm picturing you with a pencil with a dog eraser.
Pause. Okay.
Discouraged.
Go, bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for episode 10.
Dismissed.
Disrespected.
Discouraged.
Good. All right.
That was good though.
That was good. Let me stop the recording.